Hey, it's Nooch, and we're here today, the day after the update, to show some gameplay of the Gamorrean Guard, the Tauntaun, and the Imperial Dropship. Nooch has not been able to get his hands on the Ewok Glider yet, but Balaran has. So if you want to watch Ewok Glider footage, go over to Balaran's channel and check it out. We're going to put the link to his channel down in the notes. He's also a very good player, so he's got a strategy with taking that middle tower with the Ewok Glider that Nooch has tried with the dropship and the Tauntaun as well. So you can go watch Balaran. Anyway, these new units are out, and Nooch has been spending crystals to open boosted scans much quicker. So when we boost a scan, we're spending 12, 13, 14 to open it immediately, get the rewards out of it, and see what we can get, so we can try to get these units quicker, because the drop rates are low on these new units, which is not surprising. So after Nooch spends a couple thousand crystals, he had about 2,300 to start with. We'll kind of come back and show you the results of where we're sitting as far as how many cards we have, how we've been able to upgrade them, and what those characters were looking like at the time after spending a couple thousand crystals just on opening the scans quickly. Here we've got some footage. So we're just going to run through that. You can watch the Tauntaun. I think these first few are just all Tauntaun. One thing about that Tauntaun, he is fast. Boy, he's fast. One other thing about, or a couple things about this update that we've noticed. The planetary rewards were definitely improved. Nooch doesn't think they were rebooted, but it does seem like there were a whole bunch of intermediary tiers. Like it used to be Open 3, Open 5, Open 10, Open 15. Now it seems like they're having 3 or 4 or more rewards on that Open 5 level. Open 5, Open 5 more, Open 5 more. And you're also getting additional cards. So you used to get just 2 cards per reward. Now sometimes you're getting 5 cards. So sometimes it's 2, and some reward levels it's 5. So you're getting even better. Now watch this. The Tauntaun's going to be a hero here. Look, Nooch's tower's down at 96 in the bottom right, and the Tauntaun goes down the field so fast, he takes out that tower in sudden death overtime before the opponent can kill Nooch's tower at 96 health. So that's what the Tauntaun can do. He's so fast. And that way, at the end of the game, he's a little bit broken because he can take out those towers if it's within range. So the improved planetary rewards, the low drop rates. We're going to show some footage here. So here Nooch has tried launching the Tauntaun down the middle and putting up a middle tower. Unfortunately, can't recommend this. So what the deal is you're spending 8. So you're spending all of your energy immediately to launch the Tauntaun and put up the tower. But the problem is that the Tauntaun, especially at these lower levels, and really even at higher levels, I think we had some footage earlier, maybe coming up, you can let that Tauntaun alone with your primary tower, and you'll lose about 1,000 on it, even with the level 8 Tauntaun. But you can let it go and deal with that middle tower, and you'll be just fine, as long as you keep the opponent out of the middle tower. So that's not a strategy to recommend. If you watch Balaran's channel, you're going to watch him drop some Ewoks in the middle and put up a middle tower and have success. Nooch has also tried it with the Imperial Dropship. The one sacrifice you give is if you do that, you're really going to have to get rid of the Y-Wing or the TIE Bomber, because you need those spots to defend that middle tower. So that's going to be the challenge with getting used to that. Nooch has not had a lot of success with that either at this point. One big change with the update. So see that middle, so the 2 barriers protecting the middle tower. If you had both towers on your end before, you were able to drop an entire flock of porgs or an entire squadron of battle droids right in that middle section, right in front of the tower. And you can't do that anymore. You can still drop the single row units. You can drop 2 stormtroopers because they're in 1 row. You can drop 1 unit like Luke there, dropped him direct. See where he dropped him? You used to be able to drop porgs right there. You cannot drop the flock of porgs there or the 3 porgs because they take up 2 rows. You can't drop the battle droids there either. You can only drop units that only take up 1 row in that middle section once you've got both rear towers. So keep that in mind with the update. Okay, here comes Tauntaun. He's charging down the field again, and we've got the AT-AT coming on the other side. So this is Tauntaun and Luke stuns everybody. And yeah, so Luke and the Tauntaun are going to take out that tower. That's a really nice combo. I think we're going to get more Tauntaun footage as we go. Hey, notice, oh, there's the drop ship. Again, the bot doesn't know how to drop them. Is that Tauntaun going to be? Yeah, he's going to be able to take out that tower too. He or she, we're not sure. You can see there the 1 times the pause and the close button on the right. That's Nooch is using the replay. So now that we have the battle log, you can watch all your battles, and that's what Nooch has been using to watch his replays and record his replays. It's much nicer for Nooch. He can actually, not have to try to record everything he's playing. Here's a really interesting interaction. So Nooch is going to put up a forward tower and drop a Gamorrean guard, and watch what happens when he does that. So we're almost there. We got another 1 energy to go. We're going to get the Gamorrean up. And we drop him right next to that forward tower, and he advances on the X-Wing. And actually kills the X-Wing with the help of BB-9. So that's an interesting transaction there, or interaction. You can also lure the Gamorreans out. So saw with my buddy Bunlop that what had happened was who he was playing had... Oh, wait, before we get to that, you can see if Tauntaun can outrun the BB-9 if they're in the right lane. So that's really interesting. The BB-9's really good against that Tauntaun to stop him, but if you don't get in the right lane, he's going to outrun it and you won't be able to catch up to it. And there's where I'm saying you can leave it alone and you'll be okay. Not great, but you'll be okay. And there, watch the Gamorrean shred the Ewoks. The Gamorrean... not the Ewoks, the Porgs. The Gamorrean is the anti-Porg machine. That's exactly what it was built for. He does well against Luke and other units as well, but you saw a level 3 Gamorrean pretty much shred a flock of Porgs with a little help from IG-88 and the tower. But generally, you would have seen a lot of damage or some damage on that tower with just IG-88 and the tower. Now, with the Gamorrean there, he's preventing all damage. So, luring Gamorreans. So, Bunlop was playing somebody, and he had his opponent had a middle tower up and 2 Gamorreans, one on either side of it. So Bunlop actually lured those Gamorreans away from the middle tower with the 1 energy Porgs, the 3 Porgs. So they split off, and they lured the Gamorreans toward them, and they got within range of the particle beam. So the Gamorreans were able to be killed by the particle beam after being lured. Oh, watch this. That's how you do a dropship. If you can get that timing down, congrats. Nooch got lucky there. But look, if you can get the BB-9 on the flame tower with stormtroopers dropped on either side, even though they're only, I think, level 3 or level 4, that's the perfect Imperial dropship right there. You can watch the Gamorrean defend against these Porgs down here. He's really effective, even though IG-88 is continuing to help. But look at that, just shreds them. What was Nooch trying to say? Oh, the luring. So yeah, you can lure Gamorreans. They will move forward if there are units pulling them that way. They'll move away from their base, and they can move within range of a particle beam. And both sides have, well, the light side has particle beam. You can get them with that 1 energy Porg to lure away. The particle beams can get those Gamorreans. There you see, Nooch used the dropship, dropped them, those 2 troopers in the middle, and put the particle beam tower up right there. And that's a strategy that we're working on. We're starting to see some strategies develop with these units. We're still at the beginning of what's going on, but this time Nooch is going to be able to defend that tower pretty well because, well, our opponent really not trying to get it. So that's unfortunate. What do we got going here? Jakku is the new map. Here's Jakku. Nooch thinks there are 2 Jakku maps. There's one here, and then there's one where the Millennium Falcon is in the junkyard, and that's really cool because you can see it up there in the corner up by where the battle droids are now the AT-AT in the so you can see it up there in that corner. That's a really cool map. Just watching some Tauntaun action, and one thing you'll notice is that Tauntaun versus a battle droid factory is not a fair fight. Now Nooch is going to launch the Tauntaun. He's also going to use the Boomer Balls, but they are not needed. That Tauntaun was going to take out that battle droid factory with no help at all. There's a wow. So battle droid factories against Tauntauns, you're going down. Those Tauntauns, even at level 3, will fly down there and take out those battle droid factories. Now what we're doing is Tauntaun on one side of the flame tower, Porgs on the other side. If you can get both sides of that coming in, that's a really effective way to take out any kind of tower, but even a flame tower. You can use those Porgs against a flame tower. So coming from both sides, the Tauntaun, not only is it a good battering ram, but it has a lot of health. So it takes the flame tower a minute to go through it. And let's see here. Looks like we're going to get through. Yep. So again, there's a Tauntaun with the Boomer Balls, which is a great combo. A great combo for taking out those towers. And especially, again, it's only a level 3 Tauntaun. So we're seeing that these things are actually fairly useful. Even at a lower level, if you find a way to use them, they can be successful. Kinda Qualish 79. This is a bot. So we're playing a bot right now. He puts the Gamorrean down. Now see how far up he put that Gamorrean? He put it up past the initial towers, right at the edge of them. And it still walked back to the TIE Fighter. So he really put that out at the end of his deployment zone, and it walked all the way back to the TIE Fighter to protect it. Now that's interesting to see right there. Because let's see what's going on. So Luke's advancing. We're defending against the battle droids. He's putting up flame towers. Put up the middle tower. Okay, so we got 3 towers up, and he's got 1. Luke against the Gamorrean. That's kind of a shred. I mean, Luke was down pretty low health, but Gamorrean took him out with help of the TIE Fighter with 0 problem. So those things, now he drops it in the middle. Not a good drop. Oh, except it eventually goes out of the range of the particle beam and then helps take care of the Tauntaun. So that's interesting. You drop it in the middle, the particle beam targets it, then it walks back to the tower, and then it goes out of particle beam range. But you can see there how it could easily get into particle beam range, and that poor drop was really unfortunate by Nooch. Not sure what the brain was doing there. All right, we got 2 Gamorreans on these towers. So he's got a lot of protection up, playing some defense. Unfortunately, Nooch... Okay, so here, the Gamorrean gets lured away with the Ewok and then keeps advancing. So there you see, there's a perfect example of that. And now the Tauntaun's going to go in there, and that tower was low enough where that Tauntaun's going to finish it off with a little Porg help. Then, look, that's called a Tauntaun sandwich. You can go. You can rewind and watch that. The Gamorreans make a Tauntaun sandwich. Alright. Sorry about that. I was neutrally enjoyed that. You could tell. Okay, we're moving in here. You've gotten to see a bunch of the units here. Tauntauns, Gamorreans, drop ships. Wish I had the Ewok Glider. Hopefully Nooch will have that here later in the week, and we can bring that up in the next video. Probably next time we're going to come back is after spending 2,000 gems or so opening up these scans as quickly as possible to see if we can get how much it's going to take for you guys and us to get these units at a usable level. So by usable right now, Nooch is thinking at least level 6 to 7 for them to be usable. That's all Nooch has for today. Just really wanted to show you some footage from these new units. And as always, make sure that you remember, Nooch too good.